Welcome to Mindfuck Radio with your host, Dirty Dick and Kiki Candy. And today's special guest is Taylor, Lianne Chandler. And it's an honor to have you, Taylor. Are you there?
I am. How are you guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous, other than the cold weather up here in D.C.
Ooh, did it snow yet?
Not yet.
Not
It's coming,
yet.
though.
Do you like seasonal weather? Like, do you like DC weather? Or?
I love being here, absolutely. I'm originally from Maine, so I'm used to seasons.
Oh, Maine is beautiful. Yeah, I'm from Michigan, and I used to have the seasons there, and then I moved to Arizona, and now it's like, oh my God, I just want some moisture so bad all the time. It's like, rain, please. It is. It's just always so hot here in the summertime. You can't even walk down the street, man. You got to carry water on you. It's like, wow, this is crazy. You know?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's like,
I've been to Arizona a lot. It's really hot there.
Oh, man, it's like, DC is nice, though, man. At least you get snow and you can have the nice Christmas and a fireplace going and all that nice stuff. I'm into that, so hell yeah.
Yes.
So what have you been up to? What's going on? What's new? I know you got a book that came out.
Yeah, I'm working on my third book, but it's actually getting to the point now where it's going to the publisher for the cover and all that to be put together, and the synopsis is being finished, and then it's going to be released on Amazon for pre-order while I finish it. So it's pretty exciting.
Nice. Nice. And is it on Amazon right now for pre-order?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
It's going to be in the next couple of weeks.
Next couple weeks? Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I bet you're excited.
I am. I mean, I have 2 books out already, but this is like literally my whole life. You know, going from the past all the way to the present. You know, people seem to think that Michael Phelps is like the big thing in my life, but in comparison to the rest of my life, he's like a little blip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, especially experiencing what you have. So you know, that probably, you know, because I've seen some stuff on, you know, on videos on you and stuff about, you know, the changeover in. You can tell everybody about it. So.
As far as.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you for a second. Yeah, you can change.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, now I can hear you. It faded for a minute. Yeah, like being, you know, intersex, growing up as being intersex. I mean, that alone had to have been, you know, tricky and, you know, being hard and you know, I don't know. It's got to be tricky.
And a lot of us aren't really educated on intersex either. So if you could explain it to us, Taylor, we'd love to all hear about it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, growing up intersex, I mean, you're born in a body at war with itself. I had lots of unnecessary surgeries as an infant and child. You know, I had trouble going to the bathroom because of the surgeries and the scar tissue, and I didn't know what was going on. My family kept it from me, and it was something that wasn't talked about. And, you know, as soon as I could walk and talk, I knew I was a girl. And then, you know, to have people tell me, no, you're not, and then to find out years later that, yes, I actually am both. I was born physically both male and female. So, you know, no one can say you're a man, you're a woman, because I'm technically not. I'm intersex. I chose to be a female, and I am anatomically female, but the reality is, from a science standpoint, I will always possess XY and XX chromosomes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I seen like I think it was an interview on what age? What I think it was. What, you're 20 or something when you had your surgery?
Yeah, I was.
20 years old. So were you probably?
But I've had a lot of
happy to have it
surgeries
done.
up until then, and I've lived as a female most of my life. And my name was legally changed, and my birth certificate was amended as a minor.
Okay.
So I didn't have to have surgery to be who I am. That was my choice.
Yeah. Well, I think you're beautiful, man. I didn't, I'm like, wow, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful woman. And
well, thank you.
Yeah, you are. And I spotted you, I seen, before I messaged you to be on the show, I spotted you out and I was like, oh, wow, beautiful, this is a beautiful woman even. I didn't even, to me it was, it's got to be confusing growing up. I mean, for someone to go through that though and, decide like you said, you knew you were a female and you didn't feel the madness in you at all or like different than you felt more to being a female is what you're saying. Right?
I always felt female.
Okay.
I never identified as male whatsoever. It never felt right. And I mean, luckily my grandparents who raised me let me transition as a child.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like some happy-go-lucky situation. It was difficult. They sent me to counseling over and over, wanting to quote-unquote fix me. They thought it was a phase. They thought it was a lot of different things. And, you got to remember back in the 70s, being born with ambiguous genitalia, they would correct you to be one gender or the other because we live in a binary world. And, my grandparents were like, this is our grandson and this is what we have. And it was really difficult for them to give up that dream and to deal with the fact that I didn't identify the way that the doctors saw fit to make me.
So you probably hated it because you felt like you were this total girl, and here they are like acting like that, and you're like, no, that's not how I feel inside. Did you tell them and all that? I mean, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, and I mean, it created a lot of conflict, and then when I found out that I was intersex and they kept this from me,
mm-hmm.
there was a lot of anger because I had been made to feel like something was wrong with me for so many years, and there really wasn't anything wrong with me. Everything I was feeling was natural, and it was genetically natural.
I think it's pretty cool in a way because, I mean, I wasn't you, so I can't say, but to experience... It's almost like a hybrid. It's almost like how they say hybrid humans are or whatever. I mean, you got to actually choose, and I mean that was probably confusing and hard, but in a way, everything's changing now in the world, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that are born that way now.
Yeah, they used to say it was like 1 in 1,500. Now they're saying it is common as 1 in 100.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, unlike people that are transgender that tend to come out and be more open, people that are intersex tend to live stealth and not talk about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of intersex people don't choose to have any type of surgery. They're happy being intersex. Some
Gotcha.
might identify as an intersex female, some as an intersex male, some just may identify as intersex, being neither male or female.
I've heard Lady Gaga is intersex is what I heard, but I did look up and I seen that Jamie Lee Curtis is was born intersex, and
that's a rumor I've heard, but I don't know that she's ever come out and fully admitted to that.
Okay. Yeah,
so
it says it when you Google it, it comes right up Jamie Lee Curtis, and I'm like, okay. And then I've seen other things on it too as well, and I mean she's a beautiful woman too, and a lot of people know who she was in Halloween, the scary movie, all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, so I mean, and then I heard Lady Gaga is, that's the rumor going around as well. So
yeah, I've heard that too, but I don't know until they come out and say it. I don't tend to believe it. That's something that, is a personal choice, whether you want to come out and say it. For me, it wasn't even a personal choice. I was outed by the National Enquirer, TMZ, and Radar Online, November 19th of 2014.
What happened? How did it, I mean, did you want to come out, or did they friggin' hack your stuff or something? Or, I mean, was it you that wanted
Somebody from my
Okay.
I was already famous for being Michael Phelps' girlfriend and being with him when he got the DUI and all that craziness. Then I was, his MILF and his cougar and all these different things because there's like a 12-year age difference. But then a few months later, someone from my past sold the story to the National Enquirer, and they contacted my publicist, Lainey, and they were like, we're going to go forward with this story with or without her cooperation.
Oh, my God.
You couldn't
naively at the time, I thought it would be better to tell my side of the story, but, they always like clickbait, and so the headline read, Michael Phelps' girlfriend was born a man. And then the first line inside the article is like she was born intersex, and it explains what intersex is, but they wanted that headline. And a lot of publications and news shows did that. And it was unfortunate that people didn't do their research. So being outed was really scary for me. For a minute, it felt like a relief because 2 weeks prior, I told Michael. Michael didn't know, so I told him. I warned my family. I told friends and exes because I never told the guys that I dated. And then when it actually got ready to come out, and it was on the cover of the magazine and on TMZ and Radar Online, it was like the way they reported it was so nasty. My initial instinct was I wanted to die. Like, I couldn't believe this was happening. It was really tough on me. And that first month was like, I lived like a recluse. I was medicated. It was really hard for me because I'd always been thought of as an attractive woman, and, how I look had always been a benefit to me. And then all of a sudden, I was questioning that, and everybody around me was questioning that. It was hard.
That's not fair on your part, though, because they really should have actually came to you first and asked you what the situation was and how it actually all came about.
But a lot of them want that news story, and they don't care if they're going to say whatever, and they'll even make shit up to add in there, and we all know that, and that's what they so basically they were going to come out. Somebody ratted it out and was going to come out with the story, so you just figured I better come clean and tell me. I
cooperated with the National Enquirer, thinking that would be the right thing to do. If I had it to do all over again, I think I would have said nothing, gone home to my family, and just waited it out and let them write whatever they were going to write. And without me being cooperative, I think the story would have just gone away. But at the time, I didn't know that, and I wanted to defend myself. I was angry, and you learn really quickly that you can't defend yourself in the public eye. It's really hard.
Yeah, Taylor, but you might have
believe whatever they're going to believe.
Yeah, and you might have had paparazzi all over you, news outside your fucking house. If you would have just left it alone and went home like that, they probably would have been outside your house. Everywhere you went, everybody would have wanted to talk to you. They would have wanted to find out, you know what I'm saying?
It was like that for a while, let me tell you, and it certainly made my life interesting. It made it hard for my friends, my family. It certainly made it hard for the person I was dating at the time. It was tough. No one wants to be under that microscope whatsoever.
Yeah, because you don't want to be made of feel like made out of, you don't want them lying about you and making anything up, or and plus all the feelings that you probably had, I would have had a lot of emotions going. I mean, if it was me, I would have had mixed emotions, and I probably would have been suicidal because I would have been scared what people were going to say or how they were going to act, or it's not your fault to be born that way, and you're still a soul and you're still a person, and that's what you are inside more as a female. So,
right.
That's people just, I hate it how people don't understand stuff so much, and you know, they'll come out in the news world and just start splitting it all out, and they just want to get it out there and run their mouth